Dear friends, welcome to the topic Arrays in C programming. I hope that you know the difference between a constant and a variable. A constant is a quantity that remains unchanged during the execution of a program, whereas a variable is an identifier that can take different values and represents a memory location of the data storage. Now, come to the concept of data type. Data type is a term that refers to the kind of data used in a computer program. Every programming language has a set of built-in data types. C also supports several data types, mainly under two major categories. The first category is scalar data type. We also call it as fundamental data types, and derived data types or structured data types. As you know, scalar data type is used for representing single value only. Since the data items of scalar data types are mere numbers, and hence they are also known as arithmetic data types. The four scalar data types are integer, character, float and double. They are known as primitive or primary or fundamental or basic data types. Now, let us understand what is meant by derived data types. The data types derived from scalar data types with additional relationships between their elements are referred as derived data type or structured data types. C supports the derived data types including arrays, functions, pointers, structures and unions. So far we have used only fundamental data types in writing C programs. However, in certain situations it will be easier to write programs using derived data types. Array is an important derived data structure in C programming language. In many occasions we may want to process data of same type. For example, sorting of a list of 100 numbers in ascending or descending order. In this situation, we have to declare 100 variables, say A1, A2, A3, A100 to store the entire list of numbers to carrying out the sort process. Now, we can realize that the declaration of 100 variables to hold values corresponding to the elements present in the list is not a good idea. The adaptive way to cope up with this objective is to use the concept of arrays that uses a common name with a subscript representing each element. An array is an ordered sequence of finite data items of the same data type that shares a common name. The common name is the array name, and each individual data item is known as an element of the array. The ordered sequence of such finite data items could be percentage of marks of 100 students, or number of chairs in your home, or salaries of 300 employees, or ages of 25 students. Thus, an array is a collection of similar elements. These similar elements could be all integers or all floats or all characters, etc. Usually, the array of characters is called a string, whereas an array of integers or floats is called simply an array. The elements of array are stored in a subsequent memory locations starting from the memory location given by the array name. It is important to remember that all elements of any given array must be of the same type. That is, we cannot have an array of 100 numbers of each 50 are integers and 50 are floats. We can use arrays to represent not only simple list of values, but also table of data in 2 or 3 or more dimensions. That is, an array may be one dimensional or multi-dimensional. A one dimensional array can be used to represent a list of data items. It is also known as a vector. A two-dimensional array can be used to represent a table of data items consisting of rows and columns. It is known as matrix. A three-dimensional array can be used to represent a collection of tables, and the concept can also be extended to arrays with more than 3 dimensions also. Declaration of arrays. Every array must be declared before we use it, like other variables. The declaration of one-dimensional and multi-dimensional arrays differ slightly. One-dimensional arrays. A list of items can be given one variable name using only one subscript, and such a variable is called a single subscripted variable or a one-dimensional array. In C, a single subscripted variable xi, here x is the variable name and I is the subscript, can be represented as x of 0, x of 1, x of 2, x of n minus 1. Can note that in C, subscript can be begin with the number 0. Declaration of one-dimensional array. As I told earlier, like any other variable, arrays must be declared before they are used. The syntax of declaring one-dimensional array is data type, variable name, size, variable name 2, size 2, like that, variable name n, size n, where data type refers to the data type of elements in the array. It can be a primitive or derived data type, and variable name x is an identifier which represents the array name, and size is an expression representing the total number of elements in the array. For example, int num20, it declares the number to be an array containing 20 integer elements. Here, any subscript 0 to 19 are valid. Note, the subscript of an array can be integer constants, integer variables, or expressions that yield integers. A one-dimensional array uses a single subscripted enclosed within square brackets. For example, num10, num_i, num4 plus 5, num_i plus plus. C performs no bound checking, and therefore, care should be exercised to ensure that the array indices are within the declared limits. For example, for the declaration int num5, the access to the array element num6 or num5 won't create any error. In this case, num can only refer num0, num1 up to num4. The base address of an array is the address of the 0th element, starting element of the array. When an array is declared, the compiler allocates a base address and reserves enough space in memory for all the elements of the array. In C, the array name represents this base address. For example, float x5 is the declaration of a one-dimensional array. It defines a float array x of size 5 that represents a block of 5 consecutive storage regions. Here, each element in the array is referred by the array variable x0, x1, x2, x3 and x4, where 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4 represent subscript or indices of the array. In general, xi refers to the ith element of the array. An array variable is also known as subscripted variable. It is important to note that the array subscript always start at 0 in C, and they are integer expressions. Hence, x0 refers to the starting element, x1 refers to the next element, and x4 refers to the last element. The declaration double list 10 array 15 declares two arrays named list and array having 10 and 15 elements respectively of double precision data type. The identifier array is also a valid array name, and it is not a keyword. The declaration char str20 declares character array str having a maximum of 20 characters. Initialization of one dimensional array. The elements of an array may be assigned with values using initialization instead of reading them by the input output functions. An array can be initialized in its declaration only. The general form of initialization of one dimensional array is data type, variable name, then size equal to within braces list of values. The list of values is enclosed in braces separated by commas, and they must be constants or constant expressions. For example, int num5 equal to within braces 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14, where num0 is initialized with 10, num1 with 11 etc., num4 with 14. The values within the braces are scanned from left and assigned to the num0, num1 and so on. A semicolon should be placed after the closing brace. Flavors of initialization. Size may be omitted. Int ARR equal to 1, 2, 3 will declare the ARR array to contain 3 elements initialized with 1, 2 and 3. Initialization of array elements to 0. Int sum5 equal to within braces 0. All elements in sum array is initialized to 0. Implicit initialization. Int ARR5 equal to 1, 2. The first 2 elements in ARR array is initialized with 1 and 2, and the remaining elements are initialized with 0. Reading and writing of one dimensional arrays. As we already discussed, an array is a single entity holding a sequence of data items of similar data type. All type of arrays except character array cannot be read write as a single entity, but the individual array elements can be read or write. For example, the elements of array ARR are read and write displayed as int ARR3, scanf %d 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 ampersand sign ARR0 ampersand sign ARR1 and ARR2. Then print %d 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 ARR0 ARR1 ARR2. When the array size is large, then it is very tedious to read and display as we discussed. Here the loop structure may be used so as to simplify the task. For example, for I is equal to 0, I less than 3, I plus plus, scanf %d ampersand sign ARRI, printf %d ARRI. It may be noted that within the loop, the variable I is initialized as 0 to start the subscript at 0. After reading the array, the elements can be accessed in any order and can be used in the same way as scalar variables. Let us write a program to read an array and print it in the reverse order. Program for reversing an array. Hash define max 5 main within the braces int I x max, printf enter the array elements. For I is equal to 0, I less than max I plus plus, scanf %d ampersand sign xi, here reading array elements. Then printf array elements in reverse order. For I is equal to max minus 1, I greater than or is equal to 0, I minus minus, printf %d xi, here reversing the array. Two-dimensional arrays. We have already seen that a two-dimensional array can be used to represent a table of data items consisting of rows and columns known as matrix. Declaration of two-dimensional arrays. The general syntax for declaring two-dimensional array is data type, variable name 1, row size 1, column size 1, then variable name 2, row size 2, column size 2, etc. Variable name n, row size n, column size n. Here two subscript in two pairs of square brackets are used. The first subscript represents the row size and the second subscript represents the column size. The value in the ith row and jth column is referred by variable name I j. For example, int mat3 2 declares a two-dimensional integer array, or we can say a 3 by 2 matrix named mat. The 6 elements of mat are stored row by row in the consecutive memory locations as shown in figure. The 0th element of array mat is denoted by mat 0 0 and the last element is represented by mat 2 1. This method of storing the elements in the memory is known as row major order storage representation. Note, each dimension of the array is indexed from 0 to its maximum size minus 1. The first index selects the row and second index selects the column within the row. The total number of elements in a two-dimensional array is calculated by multiplying the number of rows by the number of columns. Initialization of two-dimensional arrays. Like the one-dimensional arrays, two-dimensional arrays may be initialized by following their declaration with a list of initial values enclosed in braces. For example, int mat3 2 equal to within braces 1 2 3 4 up to 6. Here the initialized values are assigned to the array elements row by row according to the order of the storage in the memory. The above statement can be equivalently written as int mat2 3 equal to within braces another brace 1 2 3 close the brace open 4 5 6 and close the braces. This initialization enforces the assignment of each row, that is values within the inner braces are assigned to each row. Flavors of initialization. Row size can be omitted. In general, in the case of multi-dimensional arrays, the leftmost subscript may be omitted and all others must be specified. For example, int mat3 equal to within braces another brace 1 2 3 close the brace start brace 4 5 6 close the brace. The unspecified elements initialized automatically with 0. Int mat2 3 equal to within brace 1 close the brace comma another brace 4 5 close the brace and close the initial brace, where first row elements are initialized with 1 0 and second row elements are initialized with 4 5 and 0. If the number of initializers exceeds the size of the array, it gives an error. Reading and writing of two-dimensional arrays. Two-dimensional arrays can be easily read and displayed using nested loop structures. Let us go through a C program to find the transpose of a matrix. Hash define max row 2, hash define max column 4, main within braces int mat max row max column and another matrix trans max column max row, and initialize the variable int I and j, printf, enter the matrix values. For I is equal to 0, I less than max row I plus plus, and for j equal to 0, j less than max column j plus plus. Scanf percentage d ampersand sign mat I j. For I equal to 0, I less than max column I plus plus, and for j equal to 0, j less than max row j plus plus, and trans I j equal to mat j I. Print transpose of the matrix. For I equal to 0, I less than max column I plus plus, and within braces for j equal to 0, j less than max row j plus plus and printf percentage d trans I j and printf slash n. Multi-dimensional arrays. C allows arrays of 3 or more dimensions. The maximum number of dimensions supported is compiler dependent. The general form of a multi-dimensional array is data type, variable name 1, size 1, size 2 up to size n, comma, variable name 2, size 1, size 2 up to size n, comma, variable name n, size 1, size 2 up to size n. It is very important to understand the way in which the elements in a multi-dimensional array are stored. This will help to access the array elements. In the case of 3-dimensional array int a 2 to 2, the compiler reserves the memory locations in the order shown in figure. Starting element a 0 0 0, like that the final element a 1 1 1. Character arrays. A string is a one-dimensional array of characters terminated by a null character. It can be read as single entity, unlike other type of arrays. Character arrays can be initialized as char test empty braces equal to curly braces within single quotes a, e, I, o, u and a null character /0, or char test empty braces equal to within double quotes a, e, I, o, u. Null character is automatically appended in this case. Now, let us see an example indicating how a 2-dimensional character array is initialized. Char winter 3 10 equal to within curly braces double quotes October, comma, within double quotes November, comma, within double quotes December, curly braces close, semicolon. Next, we will go through the library functions used for reading and printing string as a whole. String input output functions. For reading from the keyboard, we can use scanf with the %s as conversion specification. Scanf reads a string until a white space is encountered. For writing to the screen, we can use printf, and reading from the keyboard, we can use another function gets. Gets reads a string until a new line is encountered, and writing to the screen, we can use function puts. When a string is used to read using the string input output functions, the null character /0 is automatically inserted at the end of the string. Hence, the size of the array must be equal to the number of characters plus 1. Even though null is not a part of normal text, it is included to mark the end of the string. When puts is used, the name of the character array displays the string given as its argument. The delimiter character /0 of the argument string is converted into a new line character /n when the string is displayed. The name of the array is the only argument for puts. Whenever an error occurs, puts returns end of file, otherwise a non-negative value is returned. The function scanf can be used to read a string by using the conversion specification %s. It reads a string until a white space character is read and the null is automatically appended to the string. The function printf using %s as a conversion specification displays the string. There are several other ways to read a string. The characters are read one by one using getChar or scanf with the conversion specification %c within a loop structure. The null character is not appended automatically using these functions, and hence it is necessary to add it in a separate statement. Care must be taken to include the null character while reading a string using these functions to mark the end of the string. Also, the size of the array must be chosen to include all characters including null. Let us now see a C program which read a character array in different ways. hash include stdio.h main within curly braces char temp1 20 temp2 20. Reading a string using scanf with %s. Printf, enter a string and press any white space character and /n. Scanf %s temp1. Printf, entered string 1 is printf %s/n temp1. Then reading a string using gets. Printf, enter a string and press the enter key. Gets temp2. Printf /n, entered string 2 is puts temp2, close the curly brace. Now, I will give some points to remember while using arrays. Array declaration reserves the memory during compilation for its elements, and hence the size of the array must be given in the declaration without fail. Size of array must be an integer greater than 0. After declaration, the values of subscripted variables cannot be assumed to have any particular value. Only in the declarations the subscript mention the size, and in other places they refer to the indices only. The subscript must be an integer and always start at 0. In a multi-dimensional array, each individual element is denoted by enclosing each subscript within a separate pair of square brackets. It is a good practice to mention the size using named constants, which facilitate easier program modifications. It is illegal to refer to the elements that are out of the array bound, but C has no checks on the bounds of an array, and hence the compiler will not produce any syntax error for it, but may produce unexpected results.